my brother, Fred McGhee. So, thank you. The applause will be perfect, but thank you so much. I'm going to start out briefly because I unfortunately have to get back to work, but a quick story that I'm going to tell. And it's a fond memory that I have about my brother wanting to be the Amazing Spider-Man. One of my fondest memories of my brothers when we were very, very young, he wanted to be the Amazing Spider-Man. He wanted that so much that he learned how to shimmy up the hallway walls like a spider up into the ceiling in our home, in our hallway. It was amazing, and he is amazing. And that, at that time, I knew right then and there that he was going to be someone who was going to take care of his family, who's here. He is someone who is compassionate, understanding, and wants to do what is right. So I'm really excited to be here, to be able to talk with you, and to let you know about this great man who I love dearly. He's married with 3 children, which is another wonderful thing. 3 beautiful children. Our mother, who couldn't be here today, who is with us as well. So I'm just excited to be able to be here to let you know that this is the man who loves this city very much. I've been able to call Austin my home for over 12 years, and this is my home. Fred has been here for well over 19, 20 years. And this is a really important time, and I'm glad that you were able to be here to join us. Without further ado, I do need to let you know that I'm more than happy to introduce to you my brother, Dr. Fred L. McGhee.
Thank you so much. Wow, I wasn't expecting, I had no idea what she was going to say, okay? That's kind of fun when you can improvise like that, you know? And trust your sister to say something nice about you, especially when she had ponytails when we were young. I used to pull them, giddy up, you know? Like a big brother would. First of all, thank you so much for being here. My little G.I. Joe alternative self is grateful as well. I don't know if y'all have seen this before. This is a U.S. Navy diver G.I. Joe doll. If you've ever wondered what we look like, what I look like when I'm actually out there on the dive side, this is actually what we wear. This is actually a pretty faithful reproduction of what we do. U.S. Navy salvage diver. And let me get right off into my speech and let everybody know why I'm here, what I'm doing, and why I'm running for the City Council. First of all, thank you for Winebelly. Thank you to Whitney, Eric, Brian, the Winebelly staff for hosting this event here. I hope you'll take some time to enjoy the fine wine that has been, I see, oh, you are enjoying the fine wine that has been for your enjoyment. And I encourage you to come back and come back here on a dinner date or just, this is a wonderful, wonderful location. I want to explain to you why this location means so much to me, and it's in District 3. And when I found out that it was going to be in District 3, I felt very good. I took a deep breath and was like, wow, this is me. Other than my home, other than my domicile, no location in Austin has more meaning to me than this location, than this spot where we are right now. My roots in District 3 run deep. First, as the 503 Coffee Bar, which is located right down a couple of buildings down, and then later as the Green Muse Cafe, and that's the sign which they retained, Winebelly, the Green Muse Cafe. This location has been the place where I came to work, to write. I wrote most of my dissertation here. Those of you who know something about me, have taken the time to research me, know that I wrote a path-breaking dissertation on the history of slavery in Texas, slavery and the slave trade into Texas. I wrote most of it here at this location. I came here to think, to relax, to meet people, to eat, to recreate, and occasionally I did sleep here, although I was able to figure it out. Oh, hello kid, thank you for coming. This location occupied a unique South Austin position in the early years of Austin's free Wi-Fi coffee house culture of the 1990s. Although not long ago, remember that Y2K era from 12, 13, 14 years ago? I mean, that seems like an artifact, a temporal artifact from another era, from a bygone era. Well, during the late 1990s, Y2K was something that was very much discussed here. Now, I'm married now to 3 kids, but I remain keenly aware of what our city has gained and lost over the last 20 years. Accordingly, my primary motivation for running for the Austin City Council is not just my direct family, and I do want to recognize my incredible other half, my better half, really, the woman who did me the honor, my savior, Lisa Goddard, and our wonderful daughter, Carmen. She's the captain. I just follow orders. Not just my direct family, but my extended family. All of you, all of District 3, all of Austin, the entire state, all of the USA, because we are all, and the world, we are all interconnected in ways both wondrous and mysterious. The challenges before us, particularly the environmental ones, this time, require us to truly think globally and act locally. I come from an international family. My younger sister, not Flyree, who you met, another one, is Puerto Rican. My nephew is South Asian. I have, and Flyree has, European, African, and Native American blood. No matter who we are, we all breathe the same air and ultimately draw our water from the same well, Mother Earth. At its best, our city has always used a deeply humanistic understanding of the common good, of public entrepreneurship, to navigate our local community ship through seas both rough and calm. Our wonderfully active citizenry has been a cornerstone of this forward momentum. Austin has some of the most informed and dynamic citizens anywhere, and one of the most important prospects portended by the forthcoming district-based council is the empowerment of even more citizens to participate. Austinites have grown to expect a government that is close to the people, and many residents of District 3 have worked hard to make it and keep it that way. I know because I am one of you. Consequently, as of today, there are 10 people running to represent you on the Austin City Council from District 3. That's a lot of people. Now, I view that as a good thing. These good people have my respect, because putting yourself out there as a candidate and accepting the scrutiny that comes with that takes guts, and it takes a thick skin. However, there is the issue of character, trust. There are numerous self-defined, quote, activists in this city council race. For me, the word activist also requires an understanding of the word compromise, because for a politician, the two go together. Politically speaking, being an activist doesn't mean that you are constantly ready to go to war. It means that you fight passionately for your beliefs and never place yourself or your ego ahead of the interests of the people that you are supposed to represent. Let me quote Whitney Young, a crucial and unfortunately largely forgotten member of the civil rights movement. You all know Whitney Young? You all know Whitney Young?
Yeah.
Here's a quote from him, wonderful man. Quote, "We must understand the distinction between rhetoric and relevance, between charisma and character, between symbols and substance, between protest and programs. I am confident that after any empirical comparison between the candidates in this race, that you will conclude that I am the cream of the crop and that I have the most to offer." And I'm going to quote somebody else who's very influential, and that would be Randy Macho Man Savage, the wrestler. Oh yeah, I am the cream. And the cream always rises to the top. Consider this. I am the only person in the District 3 race, and indeed one of the few running citywide who is a veteran. And not just an ordinary veteran, but a former enlisted man who worked his way up through the ranks to become one of the first black diving officers in U.S. Navy history. Now, They do have a black version of this now, but when I bought this, they didn't. They just had the white one and the Hispanic one, okay? I had to get the Hispanic one, but you can get one now with an afro, which is kind of nice, okay? So I have a military background. I think that matters. It's a 30-year background. I enlisted in 1984 in the United States Navy when I was 17. So I have a 30-year track record of public service. Not only that, I have a business background, and it's a business background that's significant. I know what it means to manage millions of dollars in taxpayer assets and have a documented record of success as a public servant. And lastly, I'm also a professor, scholar, and author. I'm not just tough, I really also do know stuff. Let me demonstrate that for you now.
Okay.
Y ahora un mensaje breve para mis amigos y amigas en español.
Sí.
Señoras y señores, estoy consciente de que el Distrito 3 es un distrito de oportunidad para la comunidad hispana. Quiero todos ustedes sepan que entiendo sus problemas. Como un inmigrante que tuvo que aprender inglés, comparto mucho de la experiencia de ustedes y voy a luchar por ustedes con pasión, inteligencia y tenacidad. Necesito su ayuda, Kit. Le pido su voto. Venceremos en noviembre. Hasta la victoria siempre. Und auch ein kurzes Wort auf Deutsch für meine Freunde. Die Geschichte der Deutschen in Zentraltexas ist eine berühmte und wichtige Geschichte. Zusammen können wir diese Geschichte ins 21. Jahrhundert bringen und vertiefen. Ich brauche eure Unterstützung und frage auf euren Rat. Thank you for allowing me to demonstrate some of my linguistic skills.
How about Hawaiian?
How
about
Ibano? In crafting the boundaries of District 3, our independent redistricting commission made some interesting choices. Based upon numbers from the 2010 census and the 2012 American Community Survey, I would like to share some basic facts about District 3 with you. District 3 has a high concentration of renters. Our district has the lowest home ownership rate of all 10 districts at around 27%. Our district has the second highest poverty rates of all 10 districts at 34.3%. Our district has the lowest annual median family income of all 10 districts at around $35,000 per year. In terms of voter turnout, the voter turnout in the November 2012 election in support of 10-1, which was Proposition 3, was 48.9%. However, in District 3, it was about 37.5%, the lowest in the city. Now, of the votes cast, they were in favor of 10-1, but the voter turnout was the lowest. District 3, and this is something that a lot of people have to pay attention to, has the second highest percentage share of non-citizens in the population at almost 25%. 1 out of 4 people in this district is not a citizen and can't vote. Now, I class myself as one of those. I'm a citizen of Germany, in addition to being a citizen of the United States. I have spoken with many of you about your issues and will listen carefully in the weeks and months ahead. But the facts that I've just listed make the basic priorities of any city council member from this district pretty obvious. I not only have the knowledge, skills, and abilities to tackle these issues from a policy perspective, I have the benefit of personal experience knowing what it is like to have to climb the rough side of the mountain. I have a story, and I'm going to share some of it with you right now. I grew up in a very difficult family environment. You could say it was a dysfunctional family, where physical, psychological, emotional, sexual, and substance abuse were common. The police was at my house every 2 weeks. Chronically overworked state social workers were at my house on a routine basis. Both of my parents have been to jail. My sister and I have been in foster care. The slumbering volcano finally exploded on June 2nd, 1985, when my mother fatally shot and killed my father at a gas station in Springfield, Massachusetts. That was 2 weeks before my high school graduation and 3 weeks before I was on a plane to San Diego, California to go to boot camp in the Navy. She was charged with first-degree murder. In her case, and you can look this up, it was one of the early battered women's syndrome cases to have been litigated in the United States. So when you look into my eyes, I hope you will not just see resiliency and toughness, but also hurt and kindness. It's true that I have scars and may have been statistically bound for the prison or the chain gang, but I stand here before you as someone who has risen farther than anyone, myself included, could have ever imagined. And for that, I am profoundly and eternally grateful. So in terms of providing leadership for this district, it's not just an intellectual matter. It's not just, I think, an issue of knowledge, skill, and ability. It's having a track record of having walked that path. And I have walked that path, and with your help, will continue to walk that path. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for listening. Onward and upward to victory in November. And let's have some food, let's drink some wine, and let's chill out and talk some more and have some fun. Thank you.
Don't take your official campaign picture under pork belly.